Hey there, I am here at the Chicago office. I just made a perfect video, 30 minutes long, absolutely perfect. It was the most wonderful video I've ever made, of course, and then I realized my badge was still on. So we just had some fake landscapers here yesterday with a pickup truck, a couple of guys, a weed eater and a lawnmower. You can see where they were working hard. Yeah, if I did my job like that, I'd be fired. This is ridiculous. And if you go over by the office, you'll see this nice, pretty cut lawn, and all the weeds are perfectly untouched. And I'm thinking, is this a weed preservation property or what? What's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, I told myself I wasn't going to move on until I cleared up this mistake I made in that one video. And I've got so much information, I cannot allow this to go any longer. So I'm going to clear it up, because boy, this information is just flying out. First, I told you why I began studying the Bible. And it's for me, it's not to teach, it's not for any other purpose other than for me. Now, when I've been through the whole thing several times, and I've done a lot of study. But also, when I go into study, I'm focused on something. A lot of my recent study has been focusing on the very, very beginning and the very, very end. The very, very end is something I don't study because I want to understand now. And I am not one of those guys who will ever be able to give you exact verse, chapter, and all that stuff. That's not why I study. I figure the people that do that do it so that they can start arguments or back up their argument, which is mainly for arguing. I'm not here to argue. I don't study so I can argue and contradict people. I do it for me. I do it for my understanding, for my study. So I was studying, and I was referring over here, and then I was flipping through, going over here, and well, let me say first, I told you I've been studying the beginning and the end. I don't study the end mainly because I want to understand now first. Anyway, '17 is the beginning of the end. And I had to go there for something that I was looking up. And that is a different video because it is relevant. But it's not relevant to this video. The thing is I have never read or studied the end since I learned I had been under surveillance with gag fags on the brain. So I got to the end. I'm flipping through and I'm studying different things in different areas of the Bible, and I got to this part, not really realizing where I was, not realizing anything else because I was focused on something totally different. And I'm reading this about the exposure of everything, and my mind is equating it to the gang fakes, where everything is going to come out because God doesn't want to hear these excuses. When I'm reading this, it's all snapping in my mind. This is like the Great Awakening, as I'm seeing it, as I'm reading it, apart from everything else. Not putting it in context, correlating it with my line of study, which had to do with the gang fags in a different thing. It's got nothing to do with this. But when I'm reading this part with the gang fags in the back of my mind, I am equating the two. The part that I am reading is about the end, where and who it is for. It is for the good people who actually believe that they are Christian, the good people who want to be Christian, the good people who think they're doing the right thing, but they are being led astray by their teachers. This is why I have to clear this up. This is not something I want to make a mistake on. This is not something I want to even be off track on. And this is why I am not a teacher. This is why I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop that. Because I am not going to lead people off of the path. I don't want to at any time. I make a million mistakes. I'm not going to make any mistakes trying to refer to the Bible. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to stop that. But this is for the people who think they are doing right, but they're being led astray by their teachers. Meaning their priests, their ministers, their pastors, whatever you want to call them. The people who are following the wrong path, but they believe in their hearts, in their minds, that it's the right path. We know that the church has been corrupted by these pieces of dog shit. And I've got a bunch of pictures of that as well. And I've got some heartbreaking stuff that you won't want to see. And I didn't want to see it, but the truth is the truth, is it not? And that's going to be coming up in another picture video. I've got like 8 picture videos that I'm ready to put together. But I can't move on until I get this video out of the way. Anyway, what I was reading was about the millennium, where the good people who were taught wrong need to understand the total truth and then they can make their decision and live with that decision. But I mistakenly correlated it with the gang fakes. And so anyway, that's what happened. It's not going to happen again. This is why I told you before, don't pay attention to me. I'm not a teacher. I study for my purposes. Let me make my mistakes. I'm going to. I'm not going to make mistakes and then tell you. So anyway, that's it. I wanted to get that video cleared up, and now I can move on because I got a lot of information. Hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.